I'm Randy Nonnenberg, one of the founders of Bring a Trailer, and we're here in Pittsburgh at the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix, where we're having our third BAT alumni gathering. So the cars behind me and all around here are cars that have been bought and sold by users of Bring a Trailer and Bring a Trailer auctions, and it's really fun to have them out here and together at this event.
My name's Chris Olson. My car is a 2001 BMW M5. I bought it off of Bring a Trailer in October of last year in Portland, Oregon. Flew out there and drove it back to Minnesota. The thing I like about Bring a Trailer, I think, is the honesty of the site. The cars are all just very well represented. This is the third car I've bought from Bring a Trailer, and I've just had wonderful experiences every time.
So this is a 1990 Ford Mustang 7-Up car. It's a limited edition Mustang that Ford made in 1990, and there are only a few of them made, and this is even more rare because this is a 5-speed model, and it was available on Bring a Trailer.
Jeff Headley. This is a 2002 Porsche 911 Turbo. I bought it at the beginning of May, and it's already been on 3 road trips and 11,000 miles later in under a month and a half. The community on Bring a Trailer is a lot more knowledgeable, even than some forums that I've been to where people are just like sniping. People are actually saying, good deal, here's a problem, look at this. And it really helped in making the decision to, put a bid in for $34,000 on the internet, kind of sight unseen.
My name is Mark Getty. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and this is my 1981 Volkswagen Iltis. I bought it on Bring a Trailer in October of 2017. Bring a Trailer seems to have a community and a niche to it of guaranteed to be decent vehicles without any drama that's unnecessary in the online buying world.
I think it's really neat to be on this part of the country and to spread out across different geographies. As we started, a lot of people thought, oh, you guys are California, or things are going on over there and there's a lot of cars there. But the site has reached the whole nation and really the whole world in terms of people bidding and buying and selling. And so to come out here to the east and be able to email our group and have a ton of people come out, it's just really special. Today we're out at Sonoma Raceway for the Sonoma Speed Festival. We're having our own BAT alumni gathering. This is a group of about 100 cars that were purchased on Bring a Trailer in our auctions.
John George and live down in San Francisco, and today I've got a 1970 Alfa Romeo Berlina 1750, and I bought the car and bring a trailer. It's a time machine. I mean, you climb into it, it's from 1970. It was originally imported into Sweden and then eventually made it to the Bay Area in about 2016. I try to drive it without my cell phone or any of the sort of modern amenities of the world, because it really is like going back in time and being in a different era.
I'm Steve Jitsi, and this is my 1968 Shelby GT 350. I bought this on Bring a Trailer about 4 months ago, and this is its first outing. The car came from Arizona, where it was owned by a gentleman who had it for 37 years. And in those 37 years, he only put 400 miles on it. I've wanted one of these forever. It just transports you back. Of course, the convertible's wonderful in California, and it's a lot of fun.
I'm Raj. This is my second purchase on Bring a Trailer, and it's a R32 Volkswagen 2004. I started taking long distance road trips with cars. It just became a pastime for me. And then I got an invite from Bring a Trailer about this alumni event at Sonoma Speed Day. And so I thought, let me time that right. And so I flew into Portland, spent a few days there, and then I decided to drive it down yesterday through the Oregon coast and Northern California, kind of the winding hills.
My name is Greg Powell, and this is a 1958 Morgan Plus 4 that I bought from Bring a Trailer in March 2017. It was a fantastic experience buying this car. I've always wanted to race a vintage car. I've always wanted to race a Morgan. Bought the car, and about 2 weeks before it came to California, I flew out to Minneapolis to visit with him and his wife, and he raced it since early 60s. It was a street and race car, and then it was a race car from 70 onwards. I wanted a car with a history so I could do events like this, and it's just so much fun to drive.
It's really fun to be able to invite the owners out here after they buy the cars to show us the cars, to meet one another and have it be sort of a BAT community event. And this is our first one kicking off this year, and we're doing some more at other venues throughout the year.
I do think I have the best Mexican food in the country. It's fresh, home cooking, Mexican style. And I have the prettiest Volvos in the country, I think, too. I was born on a farm in Central City. My dad was a pilot. He was a crop duster at the time, and he got a job for SMB Stage Lines, which was a place that kind of was the first FedEx, and they flew stuff from here to there. And 23 years ago, I had a friend that I was in the Air Force with, and he lived in Omaha and went to Offutt Air Force Base, was stationed there. And he said, there's this little convenience store, and I bet we can get it cheap, and we should go for it. And we did, and I moved here and sold everything and didn't pay myself for 2 years. And we made it work. A lot of hard work. But Nebraska's a great place, great people. Couldn't pick a better place to be.
It had a clunk in the back. We put new bushings in the back. Now it's perfect.
I'm a collector, just an admirer of the cars and cars. You know, when I was a kid, I was just cars, drawing cars, into cars. I've always had old Mustangs, and even when I was in Europe, I had neat cars. And the first car I really restored was a 62 Giulietta Spider Alfa Romeo, my baby. And just kind of been into it ever since. Bought my first Volvo in '90, went out to California and bought 2 Jensen P1800s. And easy to work on, especially for a guy like me. Parts are available, and they're beautiful. So I'm just a car nut. It's just what makes me happy. And yeah, when I first started doing it, it was more buying a decent car and putting some new interior bits in it. And now we've stripped them all the way down, and I've taken the cars to the blaster and blasted them, and everything re-chromed and motor rebuilt, and everything ordered from VP Auto Parts from Sweden. So I'm really kind of trying to do them now all the way and have some almost concourse cars, just to do it, just because I'm a picky, finicky kind of guy and like to have a really nice one.
Another thing's great about these cars is you can be doing 35 in fourth gear and still accelerate, you know.
One of the reasons I like Bring a Trailer is I've bought maybe 100 cars in my lifetime, and not everybody's very honest, and a lot of people will tell you it's rust-free, and you know, rust-free means you don't see any rust, but that doesn't mean it's rust-free. And you know, with Bring a Trailer, you've got people asking for more pictures, you've got people going out and looking at the cars, you got people say, hey, I know this car. You know, that builds a lot of trust in what you're buying is what they say. And that's very important. The nice thing about it is everybody can comment on the cars. People that know more about the car that you're bidding on can chime in and go, this isn't right, or this is right. And you know, that's one thing you can't get from anywhere else, unless even if you go to an auction, you don't get somebody out test driving it for you and going out and taking a look at it. Just people being able to talk about it, and you can be able to ask the seller questions, and if he doesn't reply, there's probably something wrong. So, you know, Bring a Trailer, I think, is right on the way they're doing things, and I think it's great. I'll be selling my cars on Bring a Trailer for sure. That's what I like about the Volvos, is it's not a okay car with a big motor. It's a beautiful, beautiful car, period. And that's what cars are about, is, you know, the looks, pretty.
This is gonna be awesome. This deal just keeps getting more and more fun.
Woo! Get you some of that!
Oh, yeah! Woo! How does it work? Big pedal on the right makes it go. Let's try it again. Ta-da! Talk about cool. This is a great car. The rust lives again! No!
Stream all summer long. Get Motor Trend with a special offer now.
So here we are with the new Koenigsegg Gemera. It's summertime here in beautiful Båstad, Sweden, and I thought it was time for a little update to, again, speak a little bit about this amazing machine we have created. This was really a dream of mine, I guess since my childhood in a way. A friend of mine's father, he bought a Lotus XL SE, one of the world's first full four-seater sports cars. When I say full four-seater, I would say maybe not as full as this one, but at least you could sit in the rear. And I had really fond childhood memories from those days. And About 15 years ago I started sketching on what became the Gemera in the end. At that time we did not have access to the kind of development tools we have today, or the engine or propulsion technology that really enabled the Gemera to have this amazing package where it truly looks like a mid-engine sports car, that it is. It's very compact, very dynamic, but still you can fit 4 2-meter persons in this car and 4 carry-on luggage sets. That is absolutely unheard of with this form factor. It is really a dream that is fulfilled for me, and I have to pinch myself when I look at the end result. It looks even better than my wildest dreams, actually. And the performance of this machine is truly out of this world. We're talking 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 2 seconds. We're talking 0 to 200 under 5 seconds. And it keeps on going on like that up until over 400 kilometers per hour. In the end we will see how fast it is, but the numbers are just staggering. The technology in this car is also otherworldly in many ways. We have a newly developed Koenigsegg engine, which we call the Tiny Friendly Giant. A 3-cylinder, a 2-liter 3-cylinder with 2 turbos and free valve technology that can run on completely renewable fuels. In combination with electric propulsion, this car can be as environmentally conscious or benign as a pure electric car, especially if you run it on pure alcohols and if you also get your electricity from renewable sources. The advantage of having this more complex drivetrain than just pure electric are several. We can have a much smaller battery pack, which means we can have more interior space. But the small battery pack means we save a lot of weight, because the TFG engine only weighs 70 kilos. And that is nothing compared to the size of battery pack that we save, even including things like exhaust system and fuel tank. We have 4-wheel drive torque vectoring. On the rear it's pure electric. On the front it is the combustion engine with an electrical motor driving through a carbon fiber tube prop shaft to the front axle. And there we have developed a torque vectoring differential. So rear wheel torque vectoring, front wheel torque vectoring, and front wheel steering and rear wheel steering, plus adaptable shock absorbers and ride height on the chassis. So it has the most dynamic chassis of any car known to me until this date, which means you can set it up to be a Autobahn locomotive, just straight as an arrow, super safe, relaxed at high speed, or it can be super agile around a racetrack. So it is really the idea to kind of eat the cake and keep the cake at the same time, avoiding compromise. So if you open up the hoods and the doors, I will show you this. So we can start with showing the front luggage, which is not so big, but it fits, let's say, the driver's carry-on bag. In the rear we have another 3 bags. So first you take out the center bag, and you can take out the other 2. Again, for the form factor of car, a pure mid-engine sports car, and with that kind of incredible interior space, this luggage space is unheard of. Something we're really proud of. And of course it's enabled by the quite small combustion engine, but the powerful one, I mean, it's 600 horsepower and 600 newton meters of torque. In total the car has 1700 combined horsepower and over 2000 newton meters of torque. And together with the curb weight of under 1900 kilos, that is just unbelievable. I will showcase how the interior works as well. You have 8 cup holders. On the production car they will be a little bit bigger than on this first show car. We have 2 hot ones and 2 cold ones, both front and rear. And in the rear you have a full infotainment system that can display internet, Netflix, you can look at the cameras around the car, you can record data when the car is driving. We have memory foam seats like we pioneered on the first CC8S almost 20 years ago. That idea never grows old. They mold themselves to your body so they're really comfortable, even though they're very, very thin. The front seats are carbon fiber monocoque seats, and as we have integrated seat belts, normally a seat becomes very, very heavy when you have to have the structure strong up here for the seat belt. But with a hollow monocoque seat, which is actually manufactured with the same technology as the wheels, where we have our air core technology to make it as light and strong as possible, the seat weighs under 20 kilos with the seat belt mechanism. Unheard of for that type of seat. So I will enter now in the rear seat, just to show this is just staying where it is. I will go in. It's sort of easy, you don't have to move the seat. I have plenty of space. I am 186 centimeters tall, which is fairly tall. There are taller persons that we also showcase. You can be up to 2 meters and still sit fairly comfortably, which is unheard of for a 2+2. Especially with this low roof height and compact sporty layout. So I will now exit. Without moving the seat, I will enter. And now I have plenty of space. My legs are fully stretched out. Sit super comfortably. And it's an open, airy feel. So this is really something we're proud of. This super unusual, super practical packaging of the car. Still, it's a true Koenigsegg in its form factor. Wraparound screen, smooth, aerodynamic, simple shapes, relatively short overhangs, and simple Scandinavian surface styling. So I think, yeah, that's it for today. Enjoy the summer. Cheers. Take care.